Hopefully you can see me in the camera view. So I've got the string that we have that came with it. I'm going to slide it down and over one limb. I'm going to hook it into the notch of the other limb. Alright, this is called the step-through method. Gives me good control over stringing up this bow. Alright, I'm going to step through the string just like so. I'm going to hook the bottom recurve onto my foot like this, and the top recurve I'm going to pull forward. As I bend it with my left hand, I'm going to slide the string into place. Alright, there's our initial string. So what we want to do is we want to line our tips up into place. You can see they're all wonky and crooked. This is a pretty simple fix. All you have to do is spin the curve over. Just rotate it. As I'm looking down it, I'm looking with my eye right down that limb to put it in line. Spin it around, look at this side. Ugly. But it's very simple. You just need to slide it over. Alright, that looks good. Slide it this way, double check. Looks good. Check it from this angle. Looks pretty good. A little bit that way. A little bit that way. Okay. So this is the important part right here, is getting it lined up. Alright, and then the other important part is getting it unstrung without changing the alignment. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and step through carefully this time. I'm not going to place the curve onto my foot. I'm going to step above, and I'm not going to jerk this curve around either. I just want to bend it, and pop it off that way without affecting the curves at all. Now you can double check it while it's in the unstrung position, which is a little harder to tell for your alignment purposes, but you can still see pretty good how it is. I also leave the size slightly fat for you. I do this on purpose because if there is a little bit of the saya being offline after you string it up, let's say you mess up and it's kind of sticking over to the side, you can cut some of the saya off of one side on a taper. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring the string over one direction or the other. All right? You should get the majority of the alignment in place this way. Some of you may have a better way of lining up your size and putting it together. I want to challenge anyone out there who submits me a better bow making video on this horse bow. I'll refund the full cost of your kit, and I'll throw a few arrows in as well. So that's a challenge out there for anyone who wants to give it a shot. But now I'm going to throw this in the heat box, which will sit there for a couple of hours, and then we'll go to the final step, which is really just taking the plastic off, rounding over all the edges, and then I throw that super sinew around the joints, like here, 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 and here, for added security so nothing comes apart. Alright, and we'll be visiting that section next. Alright, so the next step is we want to take all this plastic off. Okay, this has been in the heat box for 3 hours. I'm going to use my belt sander. We remove the plastic and then we round over our edges. You can do it all the way up the entire saya. You can round over your handle. Basically, you're going to get into the shape. Alright, once the plastic's off, don't string it up yet, okay? We want to get it into shape before we put these wraps of super sinew around. So try not to sand into the fiberglass core too much. Now that I've removed the plastic off of here, I'm going to go ahead and round it out and shape it to my hand. This way the contour will stay the same. See? Before, after. Alright, that's nice and rounded over. Right now I'm just going to focus on getting where the joints are at. I'm going to get the joints rounded over so I can, and I'll focus on this later. I'll focus on the handle part later. Alright, just focusing on the joints so I can apply that super sinew. So let's do that next.